We need to walk back up there, or morning. Morning.
That is Miss Tracy's mule, sir. Are you all on the 10 a.m. ride? Very nice.
Yeah.
I'll be riding with you. My name's Wade. Oh, nice. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Wade.
Are you all together?
No, me and my wife are, and they're together.
Gotcha. Well, welcome. Have you ridden with us before?
Yeah, once.
Nice. Very good. You, sir? No?
No, I've never ridden with you guys.
All right. Get us rolling in just a couple minutes.
But I used to have to,
Don't be
when
able
I
to
come
get all
out
that
here, I
in
used to
there.
have to drive
You
a
have to
pickup
have a
truck
bigger
with four-wheel
bag.
drive.
Yeah, she said it had saddlebags.
Pretty crazy.
Well, this is what we was.
Driveways,
I got bigger
driving
bags.
over creeks and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
bet.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine. How are
Good.
you?
Very good. Thanks. All right. So y'all have some riding experience from what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So I'll dispense with the basics, but I'll give you the quick overall anyway. You haven't ridden with us before. You all have.
Do you have to even
We
it
still
out?
do what you probably did
So
when you were
don't
here
leave
last
any
time.
of
We
those
ride in
off
single
first.
file. We'll set the order. You know how it is. You've been around horses. You know how they like to have their own habits, just like we do. And we got an order that we'll use. I think you're on Dodger, right, sir?
She said the bay.
Oh, you're on Dodger. Okay. So Dodger likes to be at the very back, and he doesn't like anybody passing him, which is why we put him back there. And you're on
The bay horse.
Amy. Okay. And so they're all real
There you
familiar
go.
with the trail. As a matter of fact, even though it's a little bit foggy closer up there, that bald spot is where we're going. Hemp Hill Bald. Have you all been there before?
I think we've been there before. Last time, that's where we took a break or something.
Yes.
Okay.
That's our break spot up there. That are speeding and the folks that are visiting. Can you hear me in the back on Dodger?
This horse does walk fast, but she's tall.
Yes,
She walks a lot faster than that horse,
she does.
and that horse doesn't like it.
Yep.
I think that's one reason why she pushes, is because there's one behind her.
Well, she likes to walk fast anyway. She's got long legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live at 3,000.
Uh-huh.
We're at the Tuba, which is about 6.
A jack that Holly is one of our newer ones as well. What I'll do is I'll probably end up dismounting or at least coming up next to you and holding her while you unclub that and put it on. Just, ponchos don't bother anybody else. Feel that breeze right there?
Yep.
This is one of the breeziest spots in our ride. It's called Windy Gap for a reason. Right down there is Soco Road. That's the main road that goes through Maggie Valley. You can see it as we get a little further up this way. good right there. Bring Dodger up just a little bit more so I can get back behind you. There you go.
That horse keeps turning around looking and doing her nose like that. That means back up.
I'm warning you. The one behind you touched the distance.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm having to ride her right here so she'll know where to live, and try to keep her from. She walks really, really fast. She's a big horse. No.
All right, I think I got that. Bring him right up to about here. Watch your knee on the rail. All right, coming right back down. Bring her up just a little bit more. Bring Dodger up just a little bit more. There you go. Coming to your right. Come on. Come on. All right, hold Dodger right there. Come on. All right. Come on. Come on.
This one doesn't like a horse behind her either. Every time that horse gets close, her ears go.
Yeah. They both do that. Behind in the back.
All right, come on. Coming up behind you. All righty, everybody's looking good. Keep the same order. You want to try Amy behind me?
It doesn't matter.
Up to you. Let's try it. See if either one of them make any difference. Let me know if Holly's doing okay back there.
Good so far.
All right.
She's listening very well.
They seem like they're better this way.
Yeah, I mean, long as she wasn't giving me a whole lot of trouble with horses coming up behind her, but as long as they keep a decent distance, she's
Yeah.
all right with it.
Yeah.
But I can tell part of the issue with her is that when she hears horses coming behind her, she wants to go faster.
Right. Good morning, ma'am. I'm blessed. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Say hello to Mr. Round for me,
I
will you?
will. Thank you.
Have
Hello.
a good day.
You too, you guys. Enjoy.
And it depends on the horse, and she's a big horse too. It's hard for her to walk slow.
Yes. But you know how it is, sir. She's got to get in to fit in.
Yeah.
That's what we need her to do. As we go around this current corner right here, I'm going to go up a little bit and stop, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of trivia about this tree that you see sticking out right here, the one that goes up and then out and then up. I don't know if you guys saw this before when you were here. Do you remember seeing this? All right. We'll stop for a second, and if they want to grab a mouthful of weeds or whatever, they can. That tree right there is called a Native American trail marker tree. probably about 150 years ago, the Cherokee, who are the Native Americans that inhabited this area, bent that tree when it was a sapling, probably not much bigger than that right there, so that it would act as a signal for fellow tribesmen or other tribes, whatever. It's a change in the direction of the trail. It's a game trail. It's a water source, which is right down there. We're not sure which one. There's also a settlement that was down there. The reason they did it was so they could communicate with each other. And I think it's just amazing. 150 years later, that's what it looks like. That was like engineered for them to communicate with each other. And we got 6 of them on the property. Next time you all do a different ride, you'll probably get to see another one. I'll show you one that the jury is still out on it as to whether or not it actually is one. But when we come down off the bald, I'll show it to you. There's a guy that's written a whole bunch of books about this stuff, and from what I understand, he's currently researching that particular tree. What I learned a long time ago is that first there was the game trails, then the Native Americans used the game trails and they became human trails, and then the human trails became the wagon train trails, because the animals, they don't want to work any harder than we want to work to try to get up the side of the mountain.
Oh yeah.
And now, basically those trails have become 4 lanes.
Oh yeah. We were on the Chief Joseph in Montana, in Wyoming, in the Beartooth Mountains, and that was named after the trail he took when he went in and burned that town down. So it's a pretty, and even today as a highway, it's gnarly, man.
I bet. Now is it gravel? What is it?
Oh, it's paved, but for example, they saved money on their guardrails. They only put them about every other spot they really needed them.
Yeah.
So you see, this looks like a long way down, but it isn't.
Actually, I would imagine compared to the Rockies, this is nothing.
They put guardrails about every other spot they needed them, and their drop-offs are, 1,500 feet.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as you pull onto the Chief Joseph, there's a sign that says "Be Bear Aware."
Right.
Oh yeah, and
Did you see any?
we did not, but to add just a little more flavor to it, it's open range. So you literally will see black Angus cattle on the road in the middle of the night at 7,000 feet. You have to be more cow aware really than you do bear aware.
I would imagine. And I guarantee you there's no street lights out there.
No, sir.
We got our first water break for the horses coming up, folks. We're not going to dismount. We're just going to let them drink 2 at a time. Don't let them get up any closer than 2 at a time, because they can fuss at each other, especially with Dodger. We'll let him drink last like usual. While you're waiting, you can let them graze. You can let them eat. Just don't let them get too far up the side of the mountain. Girl, you're doing so good today. Miss Amy, that man's teaching you some manners.
She's not throwing her head nearly as much as she was. I mean,
Well, you're not letting her get away with it.
well, if you move your hands around a lot, they don't know where you are.
Right.
So if you keep your hands in the same spot, give them a little rein, they know where they can live and they know where they can't. And then, I mean, she's been doing it now for 30, 45 minutes. She's not really giving me any trouble. She's just a fast walker.
And Holly's doing good where she is, right? I'm glad we made the move.
Well, she gets up on her sometimes and she starts folding her ears back, and
Yeah. I'll tell you where that's gonna come into play a little bit more is on the way home, because they know the trail. And when we start down the mountain for home, is when Holly will start to try and pick up the pace. We'll let Amy and Caroline drink first. Just hold everybody else right there. Don't let them take you up there. Dodger will be flying where he's at. Everybody feeling all right? Good.
she wants that grass.
Yeah.
She keeps easing over there too.
Go ahead. Go ahead. He's good? Now let him drink for one more second.
Bilbo didn't drink much.
That's all right.
She just grazed.
It's true what they say. You can lead them to the water, but
You can't make them drink.
all right. Here we go.
Wouldn't mind a little bit bigger saddle though. 16 or 17 would work.
You like them that large, huh?
Yeah.
This I think is a 15 and a half.
I got used to riding with them that big because they're a lot easier to get out of quick.
True.
If you've got to throw a leg over and slide out.
Yep.
But I like also being able to kind of sit back, you know.
There might be a couple of spots up here where we got to give Bilbo a little breather.
Is he old? Is she
we
old?
haven't been using her too much, and she's just getting back into the rotation. So we're going to stop here for a second. I'll tell you a little bit about the view you got here, and we might have to stop on the way up again. So right there is the ski slope. That patch that comes straight down, that's the main ski run. Then you got those trees that are coming down the ridge, and that meadow they also ski in. If you can see those electrical poles and telephone poles, you see them?
Mm-hmm.
That's right where Windy Gap is. And if you look real careful, come down the ridge line, you see some trees off to the far right. You can barely see the roof of the barn. That's where we started from.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Bilbo. This is usually where she kind of needs a little bit of a break.
She's not in shape.
We haven't been using her. Watch your head on these branches, folks. We haven't been using her because she had a little foot issue, but she's doing good now.
So I had one of my last horses. I had a quarter horse mare that was buckskin, and she was about the size of this horse, but she weighed a lot more.
Right.
She's built like the horse you're on because she's a quarter horse, but she was just the size of this horse, you know.
Yes. That's a nice combination. Was she easy to handle?
Oh yeah.
We can let them take a break up here, folks. Just don't let go of your reins. Take some pictures if you want, and don't let them bunch up. Come on. And you can let them put their heads down. Bring Dodger up a little bit more. There you go. It's a little cloudy today, but this is usually a really nice view. If they want to put their heads down and graze, that's fine. Just make sure you hang on to your reins. You can let them eat. You can let them eat. Here's some of our strange cows.
I actually like a big horse.
Me too. But I got to tell you, sir, the more I am around this size horse, is the more I'm finding like this is
That horse is better suited for this.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She's compact, she's strong, she's smart, and you know, I mean, we try to do what we can, you know, as relation to have mounting.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever mounted a horse that way. I turned the camera off for that.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you don't turn the camera back on, when you get back on, I'll let, I just, you know.
I never thought about it being easier on their back.
It is. It you
Probably
know.
easier on ours.
Well, I mean, really though, a horse this size or a horse built like her, it's really not an issue.
It's not a problem. I have to ground mount her all the time.
Yeah, small horses, I mean, small horses that aren't built like that, I could see maybe somebody getting on and off of her all day long. But this horse is strong.
Yeah. And we're trying to put some weight on her too.
I think she looks good. I mean,
Yeah.
but for her, she's obviously got some type of Tennessee Walker or standard bred in her. And for her breed type, I mean, I think she looks about like she should.
Yeah. All right, folks, I think they caught their breath. We're going up that way.
She's a good looking horse.
I love her. She's just got everything I would want. Although I have become a big fan of mules lately.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew much about them before I got here, and I still don't know an awful lot, but I know I like them. Folks, if you look up here on this side of the trail, on the left side, we just put in some new dirt. So it's a little bit softer, so try to keep your horses over onto the right side. You able to hear me back there on Dodger? Okay. Come on, girl. Good girl. You're doing good, Miss Caroline. Good job. We'll give him a break on this flat spot right here. Oh. Oh. Good girl. We'll let Bilbo catch her breath. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Oh. Easy. You're all right.
Yeah, boy, she's struggling back there, ain't she?
Everybody doing all right? All right. I gotta slow it up a little, sir. Bilbo's falling back again.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
no problem.
Take a look at this tree, folks. It looks like it's in full fall bloom. This one right here, or coming into fall bloom. As you go by it, take a look at the trunk of it, where it's split at like a Y. About 3 weeks ago, that tree got struck by lightning, and I think that's why it's in early fall, because none of the other ones around it look like that. I think the lightning triggered something.
It's probably dead.
It probably is. Ask me how I know the tree got struck by lightning, sir.
Apparently you were pretty close to...
I was closer. I wasn't as close as you might think, but it was the 2 dead cows that were underneath it.
Oh, wow.
Giveaway. Dropped them like that.
No, I imagine. I've seen videos of lightning hitting cows in the middle of a wide open field.
Yep. Blew all the bark right off of it. And bunch of branches and stuff to try and deter them from walking through. Thirsty girl. All right.
Nope.
You don't want to drink? All right.
She wants to go home.
Tell Caroline wants to go home. Can't go yet, girl. We gotta wait for Dodger. Good girl, Amy. You're doing good.
It didn't take her long to get used to what I was doing. My hands are here unless she needs her head. Then my hands are here.
Well, it's because you know what you're doing.
And she's living in this zone here, so she's not fighting me a whole lot. But when I do want her to stop, I mean,
You know what?
you have no leverage with that D-ring.
I'm learning off you today, sir. I think next time we have a guest on board, even if it isn't somebody that's, you know, at your level, I'm still going to tell them that technique. I mean, I've used it, but never really thought about it, you know?
So if you,
What's that?
She doesn't want to stop.
That's okay. Just bring her up and let
Yeah.
Dodger drink. That's good. There you go.
they know they're almost home.
Yep. There. She knows she's going to get all she wants in about 25 minutes. This.
Yeah, when I'm steering her, I'm just using the bottom of my hand.
Your fingers.
But now when you want to stop her, you
Yeah.
got to jack back. She don't want to stop.
I'm going to start using that as a visual point for folks. Good idea.
Yeah, so I'm literally steering her with my pinky and my ring fingers.
Saves my... What? He must feel extra peppy today. This is the fastest I've seen him walk in about 5 rides.
I think this horse could step over it. Did she trip over it? Did she trip over it?
Yeah, she would that.
I was trying to get her to slow down to look at it so she'd know it was there, and
You know, nice to see you, man. It's our last gate before we get back to the barn, folks.
yeah, I'm still here.
Let's see if she'll do it.
Yeah, she just sticks her head over it.
It has been knocking it. Come on. All right. She has been bumping it with her nose.
Oh yeah.
down to right about here, folks, and I'll go back and get it. You can let them eat if they want. Good girl. Such a good girl. Come on. Thanks for the call. Alrighty. Man, this temperature is perfect.
Oh yeah.
They tear up the place pretty good.
I would imagine.
They bust fences and everything. Right there. See it?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. Nice day, huh? See you soon. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. I just worry about that being behind one when she's kicking at a horse. I've seen some pretty nasty broken legs like that.
Yeah. We've had a couple of close calls. There's another one that is a real little worker. She's a real nice little working horse. Her name's Emily. And big guy Dan, the big white one that you saw at the Percheron, she nipped at him. He kicked her, caught her right in the knee, and cut her pretty good. Thankfully, it wasn't anything broken.
I mean, I'm talking about the rider.
Oh,
I've seen people with compound fractures from a horse kick.
oh wow. Oh, I believe that.
I was on one that administered that blow to one of my dad's friends one time.
What was he also mounted?
Yeah. My horse kicked at his horse and hit him right in the shin.
Ooh,
Bone come through the skin.
golly. Man, did he come off?
No, actually he didn't.
Good for him.
And his wife's a nurse, and as soon as we got back, she carried him to the hospital, and we had to load their stuff up for him and find somebody to drive it back. Oh yeah, I can tell this will be a rough ride.
Yeah. She's a little janky.
Mm-hmm.
Good girl. You did so good today. If you want to dismount, anybody who wants to get off on their own, feel free. Just hang on to your horse. I'll come get him from you in just 1 second.
One minute left.
Really?
Do
Perfect.
you like your horse?
Yeah, she's really sweet. She listens good.
You got one?
My first rainbow trout. It was so hard to catch him.
You just grab him right around behind his head and take the hook out. Shut it quick.
I need your help.
All right, let's see if there's any mama or daddy ones in there. You keep fishing with that. I'm gonna see if I can catch one on this. If they're not big enough to bite this, then we'll just catch the little ones on the worm. Put him in the cooler. He fell off her hook and flopped in the grass.
Yeah, he was real close to the bank and he slithered like a snake into the water. Probably the biggest one I ever.
Really? That's a good size one. That's a good size one. Using your new forceps?
Yeah, I haven't used them in so long I forgot how to use them. I can't do much of anything with my left hand.
You see the hook?
Yeah.
How many you got?
6, I think.
You might be up to 1.5 pounds, maybe.
night crawlers.